Hey guys, I'm Jake and we are bogged. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to get unstuck with no recovery equipment at all, just your bare hands. Now there's a lot of videos out there on YouTube showing you how to get unstuck, and most of them are probably ads to do with products. This one, I'm gonna show you that in a pinch, you don't really need anything. You just need your bare hands and, well, maybe a little stick. Now, before we start this video, I wanna let you guys know I'm gonna be giving away a limited edition Bogged hat to one of you guys. It is an unreleased color, so you won't know until you get it, but it's definitely not this color. It's definitely not the white one that we've been selling. It's a new color. And like I said, it's limited edition. There's only a set number of them. And I'm gonna let you guys know later on in the video exactly how you can win yourself a Bogged hat. So before we start, I'm carrying Max Tracks, tire deflator, a shovel, I've got shackles and a recovery rope. If anyone else wants to come and snatch me out maybe, then I've got all the gear to hook up to their car if I need. But what if you've just come down to the beach, it's your first time, you don't know what's happening and you get stuck? Maybe you're watching this video because right now you're on the beach, you've got nothing and you're stuck and you wanna know how to get it out. Well, I'm gonna show you how. So first of all, I'll give you a walk around the car and show you guys actually how deep it is. It's sitting on the chassis down there. It's about to rip these mud flaps off actually. So this car has got a 2-inch lift and 33-inch tires on it. So it's usually quite high. And as you can see here, well, my head is a lot higher than the roof. So it's down a fair way. Now, like I said before, I do have these Max Tracks up here. I'm also carrying this shovel here, but for the purpose of this exercise, let's imagine that you don't have any of this kind of stuff. Now, I'm running about 25 PSI in each tire, so that's pretty high for a beach pressure, but every car is different. I personally don't run that. Here's a little tip for you on pressures. Pressures should be different with every car. Obviously, under 20 is a good start for beach pressures, but I can't tell you to go under 20 if your car weighs a ridiculous amount. I don't know what kind of tires you have, and you shouldn't listen to anyone else if they say they know the pressure for your car, unless they can specifically see your car and have seen the tires deflated. They just won't know. I'll chuck a quick clip in here which shows on the left side we have the front tires of our car, and then on the right side we have the rear tires of our car. And these are dropping down pressures and you can see the difference in the bulge. This is because the weight of the car is different from the rear end to the front end of the car. This isn't the same with every car, but this is just my car. And it shows you just how different the bulge of the tire can be when the car is heavier or lighter. So what you're really looking for is just getting that tire out and bulging. Yours might start bulging at 30 PSI, other people's might not start bulging till they're under 20. All right, so to be honest, I've probably spent enough time chit-chatting. It's time to start digging this puppy out. Now, I'm gonna start with the back of the car here. Oh no. Oh, what am I getting myself into? Oh, this was a dumb video. Oh, I'm gonna destroy my hands. I'm trying to get under here. As you can see, the problem we're having is that this axle is just sitting in the sand. Now, I'm gonna have to dig myself a hole here just to get myself in there. So that sort of sucks. But these are the kind of sacrifices I make for you guys. I should have chosen a colder day. I don't know if you can tell, but I've just created a little hole for myself here to get in. Hang on, I just want to apply. Alrighty. Oh, now I'm getting in here. Now, if you need to do any maintenance on your car, now's the time. My plan is here, is to get this
it's sitting on a diff, because this is where it's sitting right now. All the weight is just on this diff. I can actually feel it moving. Oh geez, I hope it doesn't. I actually hope it doesn't crush me. No, it'll be fine. Ooh. Look at that tail shaft in the sand. Oops. This video might cost me more money than it makes. A lot more money. In all seriousness though, guys, if you want to support us, the best way is to subscribe. If you've already subscribed, maybe go on your nan's YouTube and subscribe on that, and whoever else that you can, your mates, the pub's YouTube, whatever, guys. Just, if you like this content and you want to keep seeing it, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. The problem I'm having here now is that I'm pulling this sand out of here, but I don't have anywhere to put it. I'm just pulling it back towards myself, which is not helping. Okay, I've got that side out. I've got that side out now. So you can see right under the axle here. Trying, if I don't slice my arm open on that. Tell you what, I'm glad I don't have a spare tire under this. It's one of the best things about having a canopy is having a spare tire on the back. Just frees up all this space. Now, if I had extra weight allowance, like for example, I wasn't towing, I'd definitely have a water tank here. There's not much point in carrying more water when I'm already carrying so much with the caravan. I just leave it empty, keep the weight down. Especially weight over the rear axle is all like some sort of tank where my head is now would put straight on the axle. I've got enough of that with ball weight. I'm just trying to get out of here. And I'm just noticing that the car is significantly lower now. But if you can see here, the diff is free. It's not sitting on the diff anymore. Now it is sitting on that fuel tank there, but no change. We'll get to that in a bit. Ooh, didn't see you there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Alrighty, so as you can see here, I've got a fair bit of it out. Got it out from under this chassis rail and this rock slider where it was sitting. Cleared a fair bit out of the wheels. Cleared it out of here now. And I've cleared under this upper control arm here. It is still sitting on the bash plate down there. And on this side, as you can see, that's what the other side used to look like. So there's still a fair bit of digging to go. We're sitting on the chassis rail along here as well. Whew. It's a lot of work. All right, so I wanted to talk about one thing, and this is the talking stick, and that's why I haven't let the tires down from the start. It might seem like the smart thing to do when you get stuck, just to let your tires down, and definitely, that's the first thing you should do. But in this situation, when we're bogged to the chassis, the thing's sitting on the bash plates and the diff, letting your tires down is probably not gonna help. With the tire pressure still high, you'll be able to get underneath the car a lot easier because the car will be sitting higher. So it's a good idea to first dig out underneath the car and then you can let your tires down. And so you need to allow a little bit of room as well so that the car can sink down, because it is going to get a little bit lower when you let the tires down and let the pressures down. And as for the stick, I don't know, sticks are free. I can use this to dig. Like, my hands are getting stuffed in all this sand. I'm not a kid anymore. I can't keep digging in the sand like this. I'm so dirty as well. Anyway. Now I want to tell you a little story about letting your tyres down. Probably 18 months ago, I was in South WA doing a four-wheel drive track and there was this huge sand dune. Anyway, I come across this other guy and he was really struggling to get up this sand dune. And so I could see him trying to get up. I was sort of waiting for him and he was really struggling, really revving the piss out of his car. So he come down and we went up and we went straight up. And it's not like our vehicle was overly powerful or anything like that. Like, I mean, look at it, it's not overly powerful. I think it was an N70 Hilux or something. After we got up to the top, I ran down, saw the guy. I asked the classic thing, oh, what are your tyres at? And he said 12. And I said, well, why don't you just drop to 5? And he said, well, no way, I'll roll a bead and I'll be stuffed. This guy, he was super nice. Probably had heaps and heaps of four-wheel drive experience, just sometimes too much four-wheel drive experience and seeing a lot of people roll tyres off beads might scare you a bit. And I think he'd actually said that he'd seen someone roll a tyre off a bead. But this guy was really giving it to his car. And what I said to him was, you know, have you got a compressor? He said that he did. I said, why don't you just let your tyres down a little bit, go down to 6 at the bottom of the dune, drive straight up the dune, get to the top, and then pump them back up. Why not do that? And yeah, he let him down, drove to the top of the dune, went up fine. What I'm trying to get at is there's nothing wrong with letting your tyres right down to about 5 PSI just to get out of a situation and then just pumping them back up. Nothing wrong with that. But if you roll the tyre off the bead, it's not my fault. Ooh. Alrighty, so it's tyre letting down time. Now, please just use your car key, don't use a little stick. Because if you're this stuck and you're on your own and you don't have any recovery equipment and you have to dig yourself out, the last thing I want you to do is damage your valve stem. Just gotta take these bad boys off. Now, if you're like me and you run a tyre pressure monitoring system, do not lose these. So yeah, just use the end of your key and let your tyre down. Sorry, I'm just eating snakes while I'm doing this. Snakes are so good. Well, I have no idea how much that let out. I'd say it was on for about just a short daydream. Now there's probably some sort of mathematical equation of letting tyres down and how big your tyre is and how much pressure it is and a time of letting them down. Who knows? For example, you are stuck out here, just let them down for, I don't know, as long as you feel safe, realistically. If it looks like it's struggling, then before I start digging myself in, I'll stop and do it again. Okay. So 1 minute on the key got us down to 15 PSI. I might just go a little bit lower because we are so stuck and then we'll see how we go. Just another 30 seconds, I reckon. Alrighty guys, I am exhausted. I forgot to show you the start time, but it is now 4:41. Started at about 3:30. I've been doing a little bit of filming, but not much. It's basically just been digging. Got this little thing here, so I can show you what the tyre pressures are. I could tell you that I just guessed that, but I actually just used this. So whether you call that cheating or not, I don't know. It was pretty spot on with me letting the tyres down with the key for 1:30 and just counting that. That seemed to work really well. Let's hope this comes out because I'm exhausted. I'd like to get back to camp and have something to eat. I've eaten half a pack of Allen's snakes. I'm not saying Allen's snakes are bad. They're actually amazing, but they just don't really fill you up. Now's the part of the video where everyone laughs at me. Where's the key? Oh, imagine if I'd lost the key in the sand. Now, for this situation, you probably want to do the windows up because if there's any flinging of sand, which there shouldn't be, you shouldn't really be revving it that hard, but you don't want to get sand in the car like I did when I was getting it stuck. Okay, so we're in 4 low, traction control's off. I'm actually going to put the diff lock on
I don't usually drive in the sand with the diff lock on, but just for this exercise to get it out, might be a bit easier. All right, so I'm gonna try and go backwards. Oh, this isn't good news. All right, we may have to dig a bit more. That didn't work. See, I was rushing. Okay, so I set up a time lapse on the GoPro, but it died. So you missed out on this part. But I can show you how to come down here. I didn't really want to get my good camera under the car, but because it's only got this microphone. Anyway, welcome to under the car. It smells like diff. So I've got the diff here dug out, pretty much. The car still wants to be sitting on the fuel tank here, which sort of sucks. So that's pretty much where all the weight is on now. Just this fuel tank that's in here. I've got an ARB Frontier tank. And it hangs low. It's sick having extra fuel, but it sucks for this situation. Anyway, I think I'm gonna commit. I know I shouldn't, but I think I'm gonna commit into trying to get it out. All right, this is the time. But I want to let you know, if you guys want a bog tat, all you need to do is be subscribed to this YouTube channel. You need to be following us on Instagram, which is just at Lil Jake. And then you need to comment on this video, bogged. And then we'll put your name into one of those special generator things and you'll pop out. So that's all you need to do. And remember, it's an unreleased color. We're not gonna show it to you now, but it's a classic Australian color, I can tell you that. You're gonna love it. All right, let's see if this thing comes out. All right, 4 low, diff lock in, handbrake off. Come on, baby. Come on. Woo! Whoa! Piece of piss. Oh, well, that's done. That took me 2 hours. I am so sandy. I don't know, it's like, you know when the sand just like gets into your, it's not like it's in your paws. And like paws is in skin paws, not like your dog paws, like your hands. Oh. Anyway, I'm not gonna leave the beach like this. I'll just cover it over. It's that windy here in WA that it's probably just gonna be smoothed out by tomorrow, but I'll smooth it over. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I really hope that this has helped you out. Please don't go forward driving without recovery gear. But if you find yourself in this situation, just remember, don't panic, drink plenty of water, and dig. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.